guys, today we're going to multitask. I got a quilt on the long arm. Hopefully you can hear me. And while that's running, I'm going to make some baby things. A friend of mine is having a baby. I've never made any in the hoop baby things such as like bibs and burp cloth, so let's learn together. I'm going to do the design that I chose. The burp cloths and the bibs that I chose is from one Rockin mama, and she's on Etsy. I will link it in the description below. I've looked through the PDF. It looks pretty easy. Basically, all you need is your top fabric. And the friend of mine that I'm making these for, she's having a little boy. So I chose these out of my pack of Through the Woods by Moda. So I chose these pretty colors. I'm going to make her a couple of burp cloths. I'm going to make her some bibs. I'll probably do her some breast pads and things like that just to kind of put her a basket together of mommy needs. So you need your top fabric. You're going to need your back fabric, and I'm going to use terry cloth. It's just that towel material, guys. It's really soft, super absorbent, and you're going to need some batting in between. She suggests warm and white, which is what I use in my quilts, but I'm out of like little scrap pieces, so I just went and picked up a piece of warm and natural, which is what my Hobby Lobby had available. So warm and natural, warm and white, same thing, it's just not bleached and dyed. She also says you can use like, let me see. Says you can use cloth diaper material, Minky, or Chanel and terry cloth. Any kind of absorbent fabric that you have will work. So I think that's it. Again, this design is from one Rockin Mama on Facebook. I just love that name. Alright guys, here we are at the machine. From my last video, you know that I'm going to do a lot more teaching tutorials on this specific machine. I have a Rocoma. I have a Rocoma EM1010. So the very first thing before you load your design is you want to unlock it from your previous design. And then go to your file. I'm going to go to the jump drive right there, and I'm going to go to the last page because it always saves it on the last page. And there's my bib. And there's my burp cloth. Then I'm going to go to the machine, the sewing machine one right here, and again it saves it on the last page. So I'm going to go all the way to the last page. Here they are. Let's do the burp cloth first. Now I'm going to, hold on. Sorry, my bobbin was out on the long arm. So now, as you can see, the burp cloth here is bigger than the hoop. See the red hoop here? So I'm going to make my hoop bigger. To make this specific design, you need at least a 7x12 hoop. Okay. So now you can see the burp cloth fits inside of the hoop. And hit escape. Now I'm going to come over here to the machine. Let me put my light on. Now I'm going to come over here to the machine. And I hope you can see this. I'm not sure if you can or not. There's a screw right here. Let me see if I can get you a better shot. Alright, there you go. So you can see now this screw right here that I'm going to loosen. So I'm going to move my hoop all the way over here. I'm going to loosen this screw just a little bit. And I'm going to make my hoop bigger to accommodate to my 8x12 hoop. And I'm going to throw my little screwdriver on the floor. And then tighten it back down. So now my 8x12 hoop will fit. I'm going to move it back, put it back in the center. Now that we have the machine set up, let's go get our hoop ready. Alright, here we are back here. I read through the PDF that came with the design. She suggested you use She said, I prefer water soluble or any fusible, but non-fusible is okay as well. No show poly mesh, nude or white in color, she said, or you can use a soft and stable tearaway. I'm currently out of water soluble, and I'm currently out of no show mesh, so I'm going to use soft and stable cutaway stabilizer. I'll cut a piece as big as my hoop bottom. I'm going to put that down. And lay this on top. And pop it in. And it is in our hoop. It's not going anywhere. Ignore the spray adhesive. And you can, I mean, it's kind of, you can play drum on it. So it's not like super, super tight because you don't want it to pull and tear while it's in the hoop. But it is in there where it's not going to pull away from the sides. Alrighty, back to the machine. Okay, so here we are back at the machine. And if you'll notice on your hoop, this one sticks up right here. See how it's open? And this one goes out to the side right here. The piece that sticks up, this one, goes on your right side, and it just goes in between the things. The little clamps right here goes in between them, down and under. And pop it in. Make sure both sides pop in. Okay. So now, what we're going to do is take our batting. We're going to lay our piece of batting down over in the hoop. And we're going to lay our top down. Except for I think I want to do, let's see, is this the right color? No, it's too orangey. Is this the right color? Yeah, so I'm going to change my thread color to this one. Because that's the color of the little berries that are in the, don't you think that'll be pretty? Alright, so let's change the thread color. I'm going to knit this one off right here. I'm going to load this one on. I'm going to tie them together. This is just what I prefer doing. You don't have to do it like this. You can thread it the whole way. I'll just tie my ends. Go right up to it. There we go. I just tie my ends together like this, and I pull it through. And then all you have to do is stick it through the needle. Stick it through the little latch on the side, and then I'm going to thread it through the needle. Okay, and then I'm going to stick it down the hole in the foot. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to bring it up and around the number 2 because that's what color I just loaded, and cut that thread, and it holds the tail. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I want to be a little bit fussy with my owls because I want to make sure I get a couple of the owls on the burp cloth. So I think I'm just going to run the first step on my batting so that I can kind of get an idea of where I want to place this. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start. It's because it automatically defers to to needle 1, and I know needle 1 I have silver loaded in, so it'll be fine. No, it's not. Because it was going to go ahead and do the quilting, and I don't want it to do that. So to back it up, what I'm going to do is hit my T-brake button 3 times and go back. So I guess I'm just going to have to lay it on there and be... Let's see how I can do this. Because I want to make sure I get an owl in here. That's why I kind of try to steer away from directional fabric or something with a print on it like that, because you don't know where you're going, or I don't want to get just like an owl wing or something in there. I want to make sure I get at least an owl in there. Let's go a little further that way. I got the selvage on that side, and I don't want the selvage in there neither, so I'm going to say that's good. So now I'm going to start it, and the first step it's going to do is the quilting. Design pattern comes with, I think, 12 different quilting designs, like chevrons and bubbles and stippling, and I can't remember them all. I'll look through them. I chose the bubble one, so it's doing the circles on it. I think I'm going to be able to get 1 owl and 2 pieces of owl. So I might have lined it up okay. And they're just not sold on a name yet, so I'm not going to put a name, but I am going to put a bee. I mean, as you can see here, I've already got the bee on here. And I'm going to change the thread color to my yellow that I just loaded, and that is in number 2. So I'm going to do it like that. So now it's going to stitch the bee. Alright, so the next thing it says is take our piece of terry cloth or whatever you chose and lay it down right side down, making sure that you cover everything up and that you're not, you didn't pull this piece of fabric in or anything. You've got everything nice and flat. And I cut mine a little big, but you know. Okay, so I'm going to go back to silver for that. So, okay, it's on. Let's go back to 1 for that. And now it's going to stitch that down and leave us an opening to turn it. Now, the white terry cloth is right side down. and it's through embroidering. Alright, so I'm going to free it from the hoop. So just like that. Let's set this back here. I cut the long arm off. It just got really, really loud in here. So at the top where it didn't sew, it's going to be our turn hole. So what I'm going to do is cut up diagonally to it, right there on both sides of it. So that's what I did. Cut up diagonally to it. I didn't go straight in. I went diagonally, like at an angle in onto it. And then I'm going to take my pinking shears, the wacky scissors, and I'm going to go all the way around about 1/4 inch. All the way around. All the way. Almost there. Okay. And then I'm going to cut some of this off because you don't need all of this. Okay, and that's what I have. Now we're going to turn it inside out, or right side out. Through our little hole. All the way down to the bottom. Start turning. She's doing an outdoor theme for her baby room. So I thought this Through the Woods line was really, really pretty. Would go with the outdoorsy. I hope so anyway. Okay, so now we're going to take a chopstick, or, you know, anything that you have, your turning tool, anything you have. Whether you want one like that, or if you have one like this, either one you have. Probably use this one so I'll make sure I don't stab through it. Stick it in there, and then just work it around my corners, my curves, because there's no corners. Okay, turn it upside down. There we go. Just working around the curves, making sure everything's out nice. Thing looks pretty. I'll take my tool out. Oh, this is so pretty. Let me get my iron getting hot. I can press it. Garbage all that. Oh guys, this is so cute. Look how cute. Okay, so right here at the top where a hole is, we're just going to tuck this in to the stitch line. You can see there's a stitch line right there. We're going to go right into that. I don't think you want to see that stitch line. I just think you want to go right up under it, making sure everything's straight right there. So that's what mine's going to look like. Now I'm going to press it. I'm going to get everything out good. All my seams out good. Okay. So now I'm going to take it to the regular machine and I'm going to top stitch all the way around. Alright, so here I am at my regular sewing machine. I have a Juki DU 1181, and I'm going to move my stitch length to a 5 because I want a big, decorative, pretty seam allowance. So I'm just going to tuck them back in, and I'm going to clip it a couple of times just to know it's where I want it to be. This is super cute, guys. I love this. And it was really easy. Oh, Lord, it was really easy. Alright, so I'm going to start, where should I start? Maybe right here where the hole is. And I'm going to go 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Guys, check that out. Wow, I love it. That is so nice. I love that. Terry cloth on the back and a pretty design on the front. Wow, that is so nice. I love that. One rockin' mama. She knows what she's doing. So I'm going to leave it right here. And I'm going to do the bib in another video. So I'll see you guys in the next one.